In this video, we're exploring some percent, trying to find the percent of a number that has both hundreds and tens. So you should have watched the other videos, how to find a percentage of 100 or a multiple of 100. And you should have watched the video of how to find a percentage of a number that is less than 100. So we're now going to combine those two different skills that we now have. So first things first, 20% of 110. So we need to write out what that means. So first step, we know that 20% means 20 parts per 100, or 20 for each 100. We know it also means 2 parts per 10, or 2 parts for each 10. Now if I get I've now got to make 110. So I've got 100, 100's block, 10 by 10 gives me 100, and I've got 110 here, because I've got 110 in my number. Now, 20 parts per 100. So here's my 100, so I need to shade in 20 parts, which I've already done. As you can see, each part is worth 1, and I've shaded in 20 of them, so I've got 20 parts. It also means 2 parts per 10. So 2 parts are shaded in out of my total of 10. In total, 110, 2 parts out of 10. So therefore, I can now find out what 20% of 110 is. So I've got 100, and I've times that by 20 parts, which gives me 20. And I've got 110, and I need to find 2 parts are shaded by 110, gives me 2. If we add these two together, it gets 22. So 20% of 110 is 22. Our next one is 50% of 160. Now you're more than likely being able to do that because you know 50% is half of a 100%. So we could use half of 160. So we can do that in our head. So the answer should be 80, or half of 16 tens is 8 tens, so 80. But let's follow our steps. So 50% means 50 parts per 100, or for each 100. It also means 5 parts per 10. All right, so we have our image. Here is my hundreds. 50 are shaded in, 50 parts per 100. 100 I've got in my number, so 50 of them are shaded in. I've also got 6 tens. So here we go, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. And for each 10, 5 are shaded in. Now I've made a mistake here and shaded in 6. So I just simply rub that out. So now you can see that I've got 10 parts per line and 5 are shaded in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So all I need to do now is use my multiplication. I've got 100, and I need to have 50 parts shaded in. So 50 times 1 is 50. So I found out what 50% of 100 is. My next part is I've got 6 tens. So 6 tens, and each of them are being shaded in by 5. So I have 30 shaded in. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 30 shaded in. If I add 50 and 30, it'll give me 80. So 50% of 160 equals 80. And you can see it in my thinking tracks, my multiplication, and my diagram. We can also just use our reasoning. 50% is half Half of 160 is 80. Now, my final example, 80% of 230. All right, so we need to figure this out. 80% means 80 parts per 100. It also means, and I've got tens, so I need to know what it means for tens. So 8 parts per 10. Now I asked you before, can you see the pattern? Of course you can. 80 and 8, well, that's a multiple of 10. 50 and 5, a multiple of 10. And 20 and 2. Multiply it by 10, we get each number, or divide it the other way. So now we know what 80% actually means for hundreds and tens. All we need to do is have an image. So we've got 2 hundreds. Here's my first 100. Here's my second 100. And I've got 3 tens, which is here. 3 tens. Let's hope you can see that. I'll move this over a bit. 3 tens. So I've got 100, 200, and 30. Now I'm trying to find a portion, a part of this 230. 80 parts in particular, 80%. So I know my percentage means 80 parts per 100. So you've got 100, 200. So I need to shade my first 100 in 80 and my second 100 in 80. All right, so I've now got, I'll use my multiplication. I've got 80 parts shaded in, and there are 2 hundreds. So that means there are 2 times 8 tens is 16 tens, or 160. And I know that 8 parts per 10, so I've shaded in 8 per 10. So I've got 3 tens, and each part is shaded in 8 times. 8 times 3 is 24. If I add those two together, I get 184. So 80% of 230 equals 184.